In today's video, I'm going to show you how to search multiple tabs in Google Sheets and then how to build links. So that way, after you've done the search, you can click on the link to take you straight to the source data. So first thing we need to do is pull together all the data from these tabs. So that way we can search it. So one thing that is going to make this much easier is if your data is in tables like this and if it has the same columns. If not, it's going to make it very complicated to do this. One other thing I'm doing here is because it's a table, I could put a simple formula like this, and I'm including the tab name right here. And then this will automatically fill in as new data is added. And this allows me to automatically reference what tab that data is coming from. So we could aggregate that data right into our search formula. We could do query and do this array literal, and then just take our table names with a semicolon in between to stack them on top of each other. So we could do something like this, for example, and then we could do select all, where let's say column one is not null, and this will get us all the data from the first three tabs. So here you can see the data. There's the tab name. If we scroll down, there's February, and then we scroll down, there's March. So that's how we can just aggregate the data, and then we could put our search parameters in here. But when you have a lot of data like this, it probably makes more sense, especially if we want to maybe add a drop down for our search, is to aggregate that data somewhere else. And so I'm just going to add a new tab. We'll call this data. You can call it whatever you like. And then I'm just going to copy these column headers. And then I'm going to do Control Shift V to paste them without the formatting. Otherwise, it's going to create a table. So we can create this as a table as well. And so we can go ahead and do that real quick. And then we can add our array literal right here. And then we can do January, February, and so forth to get all of our tabs in here. And then close that out and hit enter. And now we should have January. Scroll all the way down. We'll have December down here at the bottom. So now what we can do, we can call this data, for example. We don't even have to have this visible anymore. We can right click and hide sheet. And then we can switch this and then just look at that data. And now we're going to have all the data. So if you scroll down, now we have all the way down through December. That's a quick way to grab all your data, and then you can simply do a search query. And so, for example, let's say we want to search name. And so let me just put something like Frank in here. And then how would we search the name column for this? So we do and column 3 is equal to, and then we need that string in single quotes. But to reference that cell, so we could put Frank here as example. And you can see there's no results right now. We do Frank, still no results. So what we want to do here is contains. And so for a lot of our searches, we'll want to do contains. If we do equals, it means it has to match the entire cell contents. So for example, if we wanted to do sales rep, we could do Dwight like this. And then we could do where column 4 is equal to Dwight. And that will work just fine. So because Dwight is the only thing in the cell, it works just fine. But if we're trying to do that Frank here, we need to do a looser match. And I have other videos that are going to go into more depth that I will link that will walk through all this. So I'm going to focus more on the referencing multiple tabs here. So let me just go ahead and finish up here. And then to just, instead of typing in here, to refer to a cell inside of the single quotes, I'm going to add a pair of double quotes. And then inside of there, I'm going to add 2 ampersands. And then inside of there, finally, I'm going to reference that cell. So I can either click on it or type it in. This case will be C4. So just like that, hit enter. And so one thing I need to do here as well. So this is lowercase. Let's try putting uppercase there. So this is case sensitive. So one thing we can do is wrap this in lower, for example. And then we'll wrap this as well just to make sure that if we did put it uppercase, it's still going to work. But now if we put Frank in lowercase, it still works. So this is how you make it non-case sensitive, is just put both of them to lower. So that way, no matter what happens, they will match up. And so if you want to match this across multiple columns, you would just do something like this. And I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to put this inside of parentheses here. And then we're going to do or, and then we can put whatever columns we want to search in there. So we could do this, for example. And so now we're searching column 3, which is names. So if you're wondering what the column numbers are, you look over here, we have column 1, 2, 3, and so forth. Now, one thing we could do as well is because we have it in this data tab here, we could use A, B, C, and so forth. And so if that is simpler for you, you can do that as well. Just make sure that you use the same one across the board. So if you're doing that, then you want to do C or D, and that works just like that as well. And so we'll just continue with that for the rest of this because we have it aggregated here. And so we can use ABC instead of that column number. So at this point, if you want to use this search across multiple columns, you can just add more. And so if you wanted to be able to search sector as well. And so in this case, that would probably be the last one we'd use in this kind of a search. So then we just do lower E. And at this point, now we can search any. So at this point, if we went tech, you can see all the technology comes in. If we put Dwight, Dwight comes in. And then if we did something like Kelly, we'd see that pulling just like that. That's how a quick search like that. And then I want to show you real quick how to make drop downs. So we'll clear this out for now. And let's say we wanted to add a drop down for sales rep. So at this point, what we could do is add a drop down, and we could do drop down from a range, and then click in here, go over to data, and then we could just select this one here. Another thing, when you have it in a table, you just put data and then that column name there. So sales rep, just like that. Hit OK, and it brings it in just like that. And at this point now, we can come over here and we can do that rep. And so at this point, we can keep this in place as well. But the challenging thing is if you want to open search and this, then you have to do basically and ors. And so before we get into the and or and how to combine these, let me just show you, let's get rid of this real quick. I'm just going to copy this so that way we can use it later. And then I'm just going to do where, see the A, B, C, D is equal to, and again, those single quotes, double quotes, ampersands, and then we'll refer to that cell. And now you can see that. And so we can just switch this and see whatever we want. So to go back to our original, I'm going to put that back in there. I need to make sure I put an and so it gets an error. So every condition you have to combine with an and or whatever it is. So if I want to do both of these where I could search Dwight and then do another search, what I'm going to do is outside of this last double quote, because I'm going to add a condition. So add an ampersand and then just say if this is blank, let's do nothing. Otherwise, we're going to put our condition in here. And so double quotes. And so what I'm doing is this is essentially going to show up in my query string, but only if there's a selection in there. And so at this point, make sure to add a space and then do and D is equal to, and then we put our single quotes, again, double quotes, ampersands, and that cell. So now if I hit enter, you can see it looks the same. If I delete this, now there's no search going on. And so now we could do something like finance. And now we can see just the finance is showing up. And then we could restrict by Dwight and just see Dwight and finance. All right, so that's as much as we'll go into the search functionality for the moment. Now let's look at how we'd add these links. So how would we then link to this row and figure out how to get to this one in January instead of have to search it manually? So how do we get a link to a cell? So if we right click on a cell and then view more cell actions, there's a get link to this cell. So if we do that, and then let's go back to our search and let's just paste it up here. So first of all, there's a link to the actual sheet. And so let's get rid of that part there. And then we have edit, GID equals 0. And so let's zoom in real quick here. So all we need is from this pound sign or hash through the end. That's really all we need to come up with a link. So if we get rid of this, go back, and let's zoom back out. And so if we do a hyperlink here, and then we open this up. So the first thing we need is the URL. And so we can put that in double quotes. And then we could just say link, something like that. And now if we go here, you can see it goes to January A6. And so that works great, except for it's not the row that this is on. So there's a two-step process here. So if it's just on this data tab, we could do a search and maybe look up this order number. But it's on January, or maybe it's on February or March. So I'm not sure what tab it's going to be on, but I can look over here. And that's why we wanted that tab name over here. And so then we have to figure out what is going on here. How are we getting the right tab? And so this GID is the ID of the tab or the sheet. And so if you look up here in the link, on any tab that you're on, you're going to see a GID equals and then a string of numbers. And so if we go to January, it shows up with 0. And so if you see 0, it means it was the first sheet when you created that spreadsheet. Now, if we go to February, now we have a number, and March and so forth. So we have all these numbers. So what I did is over here on a settings tab, I came up with a little custom function. And so I'll have a link to the sheet in the description below, and then you can make a copy of this sheet for yourself. But this is basically what it does here. It's a very short script. And so what I did is I put that in extensions in the app script and just dropped it in here like this. So what this allows us to do is I put that function right in here. And so this is called a custom function, and hit enter, and it brings in all the tabs and that ID number. So now what we can do is we can look up in this table, we can look up, say, February and get that GID that we need for the link. And so let's go back over here to our search. And so let's just do a little VLOOKUP here. So look up our tab name, and then we can go to that settings. I can type here, settings, and then A and B. Column 2 is what I want to return, and false to get exact match. So there we have 0, and that is right for January. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. And sure enough, there we get some other ones. So let's check out February. So it's February 594. And sure enough, there it is. So now we can get our ID for our sheet. So then how will we get the row number? So in this case, we have a unique identifier and order number. And I would advise, if you have a data set, to have something that's unique. It's just going to make your life easier in so many ways. So here's the part with our GID. And so if we remember, let's go back to our link here and then drop it in here. And so here is what we have. So we have our hashtag GID equals, and then there's our sheet ID. So we have that there. So let's go ahead and get this first part and start building our link. So I'm going to put this in double quotes and use an ampersand to combine those. So you can see there's the first part. And now I need this ampersand and range equals, and then I don't need to change that A. We can always refer to column A. And so let's go ahead and add that now. And there we go. So now we have the first part of our link. And so all we need now is to find the row number. So this is where we're going to have to get a tiny bit fancy, but not crazy. So what we're going to do is another ampersand and use what's called an indirect. And indirect, you can make a cell reference. And so, for example, here we have the tab name here. And so I can do this, and then I can do ampersand, and I can search in A. So let's do like this. So this is not giving us the row number yet. And so what I'm going to do is I want to search in column A for that order number. And so what I'm going to do that is using a match formula. So match, and then I'm going to look at this cell. So it's C7, and then comma, and then indirect will allow me to reference that column A in that tab. And then finally at the end, comma 0 to get exact match and close that out. So now if we scroll open. So what it's telling me is this row is on row 20 on the January tab. So let's go check it out. So 1019 on row 20. So there we go, 1019 on row 20. So let's go ahead and turn this into a link now. So we're going to take this whole thing and put it inside of our hyperlink. So hyperlink, open parentheses. Here's our links. I'll go to the end, and then we can just even call it something simple like link, just like that. And now if we click on it, it'll take us right to that row for that search result. And so now we can just drag this down and let's check out if it works everywhere else. So let's go down to a February result. So 1097 on February. And look at that, February A16. So 1097 took us right to 1097 on the February tab. So we can go ahead and hide our data sheet again. And then we can maybe shrink this down a little bit. And now, as we make our searches, we can see that link right there. So what I'll probably want to do is do something like this and do if C7 is blank, we'll do nothing, otherwise the hyperlink. And then I'm just going to drag this all the way down. Just like that. And so now, whatever search results I have, I'll have that link there right in this column that I can access that. So let me go ahead and freeze this top row real quick, our top section. And then we can just simply toggle this to do whatever search we want. And when we find the row that we want, we can simply click on this link to take us right to that row. And if we need to change data, we can and go back to our search and do some more. All right, so that's it for today's video on how to search multiple tabs in Google Sheets. Make sure to check out the other videos on our channel for more tutorials on both Google Sheets and AppScript. And as always, have a great day.